amazing 18 miles, 6:56 average mile pace on the hills. But there was this guy that was like following us the whole time with a GoPro. It was kind of creepy.
Hey, welcome back to episode 5 of Boston 235. This is the project, the build series, where I'm trying to go under 2 hours and 35 minutes at Boston Marathon this April. I'm just going to go through my week like I have been the past few episodes. It's going to start off with 2 easy runs. And last week we just kind of showed them on the screen, but today I wanted to talk about them at least a little bit because we intentionally filmed all the non-easy runs this past week. But these 11-mile, 10-mile easy runs that I'm doing throughout the week, Monday, Tuesday was both 11 miles. These are the foundational building blocks of the entire prep, and while they might be boring in nature and not like fun to film or anything, they're super important in building the volume and getting to the place where I have all of the physiological adaptations I'll need by the time I get to the start line at Boston. And that means skeletal strength, like actual bone density, my body being able to handle high mileage so that it's easier to run 26.2 come race day. So foundationally, very important, boring to film. So then after Monday, Tuesday, we jumped into the first proper Jeff Cunningham workout. Jeff is my coach. He's the BPN coach across the board for all the BPN athletes. And he gave me my first 10x800 at the track. The beauty of running being part of my career now as a filmmaker and YouTuber is that I can run during work hours. So I'm really a lot of this block planning on running my Wednesday workouts in the afternoon, and we can just film them during work hours. This day, we got a little bit of a late jump. I had a long phone call, and so we were kind of rushing to the track. So Cyrus took off to the track in the car, and I just warmed up by running from the studio over to Montrose track. 2 miles of warm up is done. We're doing 10x800. Target is 240 to 245 per rep on the time. 1 minute walk recoveries. Not used to that, so I feel like that'll be nice. But 10 of them I've never really done. I know this is like a Jeff special. He likes doing a lot of intervals. I'm used to the fit stuff where it was only like 5 or 6 of them. If we were doing intervals like VO2 max, 240, 245 is quick. So it'll feel good. I'm excited for it. And yeah, this feels like the first real Jeff workout, which I'm excited for. Volume is up. Let's send it on the track. Drop the beat.
Drop-offs, all hopped up for our mom. You're leaving out the back door. Drop the dog's food on the floor. Help me with my homework, just in time for summer. Every day at the pool, you said we might as well live here. If I were you, I would have said the same thing.
No, a bit too fast. I don't know though, it feels good.
Pretty much every single 800 in this series of 800s was around 237 to 238. Coach prescribed me 240 to 245. If you're going off like the Yasso 800 rule, this minute to second ratio is potentially what you could do, I think 8 to 10 times over at your marathon pace with hours and minutes. So 237, 800, 8 to 10 times with a 1 minute walk break means that you could run a 237 marathon. It's been debunked. It's not super accurate from what I hear, but I think that's probably around what Coach was doing. I don't know. I'm sure he has some other way of calculating this, but 240 was definitely a good solid workout at that distance for me on these reps, but I wanted to push the needle a little bit more knowing that I could go a bit faster than 240 on the 800s.
10 of these is not gonna be easy. All right, 20 seconds. Dude, ow. Frick, dude, I don't know how I'm gonna do 5 more.
Were you, I would have done the same thing.
Now, I'm not used to walk rests. All of my former training blocks, I had jog rests with the fits plan. And so to have 1 minute of walk rest felt super nice and honestly made me feel like I could attack the 800s much harder. And I kind of quantify it to easy days in the week. Like if you're going easy on those 10, 11 mile runs, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, you're going to be able to hit the workout in the week harder. So I see that with the walk rests. I don't think there's one right way to do it, but if you're going to go off of being able to nail these splits, I'm really liking a walk rest.
Last one. Last one, fast one.
I keep waiting for you.
Definitely tired, but not completely gutted. It was a good workout. I got 2 miles, cool down, that's a wrap. Okay, yeah, I'm really tired. Oh, fastest one was 9 at 2:35. I ran now at 2:38 to close. I thought I was going faster, wasn't, but I think I ran all of them under 2:40, which is pretty cool. We're not way too hot like I normally do, and I don't know, they got a bit easier towards like the last few, but like the middle 4 through 7 those are always like the hardest reps for me, reps in the middle. But I feel good. It was a great workout. 2 miles of cool down will get me to just about 10 miles, like 9.5 I think, with walk breaks. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and just on the track. Okay.
So Thursday, again, 10 miles easy. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I like running better. So clearly I'm not an expert on this stuff. What I have come to realize in a short amount of time is that a lot of weight or typical lifting movements like squat and deadlift with a barbell are not going to help me too much right now. That I'm going to need a significant amount of time doing those things, in very similar to running with building a foundation of aerobic fitness. I don't have the foundation of that strength, and so a lot of single leg and almost like PT style lifts are what's going to help me right now with what I have going on. My biggest issue with Chicago was my adductor on the right side, my groin, at mile 16 kind of falling apart. And I feel like if I had that strengthened and balanced with doing exercises like this through that training block, that I would have been able to maybe run that race like at a 2:37 or 2:38. But I was so cautious with not cramping on that groin that I kind of pulled back. I felt like my fitness was there to go faster, but I was really afraid that I was gonna blow up if I pushed it too hard. So I'm hoping that this strength, especially through Newton Hills 16 through 20 in Boston, is going to give me the confidence that I need and actual like the physical adaptation I need so that I'm not feeling that pain. I'm not feeling like I'm on the edge of cramping or the edge of blowing up because I don't have enough strength, even though I have the fitness. So that's what gets me excited about doing this. And I thought I would be in the gym like 3 to 4 times, but Pete's like 2 times a week. And once you get down to 6 weeks, like 1 time a week with a couple more sets. Which is like, I'm so happy to have that guidance because I would have just probably been blasting through like 3 times a week if I didn't know that. Now, I haven't been a saint with doing this regularly the past few weeks, but
at least the next 3 weeks, I want to be in the gym twice a week. And then as I start tapering down 6 weeks out from race, I'll start going once a week, which is like so attainable for me and not intimidating. And then over the summer, honestly, like I feel like I made the foolish move and just being like, yeah, I'm gonna buy a whole gym. And like, I'm not even using this right now, really at all. But over the summer, I would love to start getting into traditional squat and deadlift and bench, just because I personally just want to feel stronger in my day-to-day life moving forward and start building that strength foundation, but not so much that it's affecting my ability to keep getting faster in the marathon distance, if that makes sense. Before Friday's fartlek workout, I did 1 mile of warm up on the treadmill in the garage because we needed some footage for a treadmill video I made that should be coming out soon. How to run on a treadmill and how to record your paces and understand how a treadmill works in regards to data. So be on the lookout for that. I'm really excited to release that. A lot of people ask me questions about that. Then we headed outside into the fartlek. Jeff programs these fartlek workouts before a long run, where he has been putting me on 2 times 20 seconds per mile in the middle. So 7 miles total, 1 mile warm up, but 5 miles in the middle with 2 20-second pickups. So like 5K pace or faster in these 20-second blocks. So just kind of slowly accelerate into that speed and then ease off. And they're like sneaky hard, these workouts. They feel like they're going to be super easy because the mileage is way less than everything else you run in the week. But these pickups start to wear on you towards the end. But not so much that you feel gassed for the long run, but enough to get the legs moving and kind of flushed out for the next day. Then we went ice skating and Cyrus fell. But like he went, like if this is like this was him skating, he went horizontal and then hit the ice. I was timing my kids doing laps around the rink, like a lap. And so Cyrus wanted to see if he could beat the kids' time, and he absolutely got wrecked. It was great memories. Welcome to Chicago, Cyrus. The reason Cyrus was with us on Friday night is because he just spent the night at our house because we got up at the butt crack of dawn to go all the way out to the far northwest suburbs to go meet Kofuzi and Matt Fox out in wherever Kofuzi lives. Crystal Lake, Long Grove, Prairie Lake Grove, Winnetka, no, Waukegan, one of those. We got up at 4:30 a.m. I got all my food and bottles and everything all ready to go. We jumped in the car by 5, and then it was about a 50-minute drive out there. So I ate my Go Bar and my G1M before, and a banana as well, before doing soft flask and taking that out on the full 18-mile run. Yeah, I'm like not super excited about this. 18 miles in 15-degree weather and rolling hills is a bit daunting, to say the least. So we're like rolling up right now. Kofuzi has this loop out by him where it's like 150 feet of gain, which is 50 meters, I believe, of gain on every loop, which it's made up of 3 hills in the back that give you that gain, and everything else is pretty relatively flat. But those hills are a beast on that backside of the loop. The full loop is about almost exactly 4.5 miles. So 4 loops of this thing was exactly 18.
I couldn't help but smile at the sea. Waking night until the gold, fade into the rearview wall. Driving down the street, we got caught, stuck in the car. Watched them on the whole way driving up the hill around the reservoir. Stuck in the dark, making time for everything you said. Promise don't let go of my head.
All of my long runs so far, coach has prescribed me to just run them easy. And so, you know, that 16 miler I did 2 weeks ago, I was around 650 pace and it felt pretty smooth and easy. So I assumed I could kind of keep around that pace on this one as well. Really targeting more towards 7 flat, especially since it was going to be crazy cold. Just to, I don't know, not be like freezing my butt off with super slow paces, but also I was going to be running this with Matt Fox as well, at least the first 10 miles. So I wanted to like, I mean, he's a 220 marathoner, so like 7 flat's super easy for him. So I was just like, you know, kind of hanging in there talking, pretending like it was, you know, super easy as well. I mean, talking at 7 flat pace is pretty wild. Like, I never would have been able to do that before.
Waiting for the rain to leave, pressed against the window seat, going fast enough to keep me dry. After hours on the road, right until the sun comes on, chasing out daylight. We got caught, stuck in the car, watch the moon the whole way driving on, up the hill around the reservoir, stuck in the dark, making time for everything you said, promise don't let go of my hand.
So we look at splits here. The first 10 miles with Matt were 726 all the way down to 649 per mile. And it was so great to share this time with Matt because we talked all things business and YouTube and running, and to have someone who's gone before me in this niche on YouTube and to be so well connected to the running world and all of the wisdom and knowledge that he has. It was so nice to be able to just like relate to certain things, and he was so encouraging to everything that's going on here. And so it's just really cool to be able to take, you know, mine and Cyrus's filmmaking skills and bring it into this space to tell my story. But also just the intersection of like these powerhouse YouTubers in this niche coming alongside and wanting to be a part of it is really special as well. But that morning was super cold. It was 11 degrees Fahrenheit. It was like negative 11 Celsius. And so we were fully bundled up. Matt said he loves running in that weather. Absolute psycho. But he got in the car after those first 10 miles, and then I was left doing the last 2 loops by myself.
Making time for everything you said, promise don't let go of my hand. Stand in line, stay inside, it's all the same. We've got time, figure it out all the way. Half a life when I met you, wasting time. Don't let go of my hand.
Hey Flo, I got a question.
Yeah,
Are you carrying the bottle because you're planning on carrying the bottle in Boston?
I think so. Yeah, Clark gave me that idea, and I think having this as almost a main fuel source and gels as secondary, at least the first half, I think is what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Because you can obviously ditch the bottle.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll probably ditch it at half,
Yeah.
but I've never fueled with liquid in a race before, so I've just been bringing on like every single run. It seems to be working with recovery, like fueling a lot during every workout.
Are you aiming for, and sort of correlated question, are you aiming for an amount of grams per hour of carbs, or how are you thinking about the fueling?
I don't know numbers well enough to give you an answer on that.
Per hour or...
But yeah, I usually stick around 5 to 6 gels in a marathon that are 100 calories, whatever the gram carb equivalent of that is.
Maybe about 30.
So since I wasn't chatting anymore, I was able to pick up the pace quite a bit. And if we look at the elevation profile, you'll see those peaks. So obviously I did 4 loops, so I hit those hills 4 times. And you can see from the bottom of those hills, we're going all the way from elevation of 750 all the way to the top of around 830 or 840. So a good solid 80 or 90 feet of climbing from the bottom to the top of those things, which really got the heart rate elevated on those segments, which I don't know how I could go about not doing that. I didn't really want to slow the pace that much. I did run these in the Cloud Monster 2s. This is only the second run I've used them, and honestly, should probably just use them for an easy day shoe. I didn't feel like they gave the response I wanted and needed for a workout like that. So I'm going to continue to break them in at the easier paces on easier days and see if they kind of loosen up to be able to do something like that later. By the end, I feel like anything over 14 or 15 miles is going to suck no matter how fast you're running it. So the last loop was really tough, just really focusing on nailing those hills and getting in that mental space of what these hills are going to feel like in Boston, and knowing that you're fatigued at the end, but you still have to charge up that hill and not get wrecked by it. So by the end, I could feel my ankle hurting quite a bit. I could feel my legs being super fatigued.
That was amazing.
You may not be aware, but your beard is just full of ice.
Like Santa Claus?
Yeah, you do look like Santa.
Oh my goodness. Those hills sucked.
I feel like Chris. Yeah.
Good to see you,
man. Thanks again for everything.
You look great. Also meeting you, man. Good to see you.
It felt kind of ominous being in somewhere I don't know in the dark to start, but it felt great to just have Matt come along. If you don't know Matt, Matt Fox, he runs the Sweat Elite, super cool YouTube channel. He just came back from Japan. He moved to Chicago, so yeah, we wanted to connect. So what better way than sharing some miles together? He did the first 10 miles with me, and we just kind of floated around like 705 a mile and just chatted the whole time, chatted business, chatted YouTube, races, all that good stuff. So that was really sweet to have that time with him. He jumped in the car because he wanted to cut it short at 10. I think he's running again today. So I finished the last 8 by myself, which felt fairly lonely, but the sun was up at that point. It felt good in that regard. But I was holding in a number 2 probably the whole run, and just kind of battled through it, which I'm proud of myself of doing that, because I want to start doing that in training runs if I ever have that issue, that I just kind of suck it up and pretend like it's race day and just ignore it. And it proved pretty effective today. The hills definitely did a number on my ankle, and the cold in combination with that. So definitely going to be taking care of that through my rest day tomorrow. But it felt really strong. The hills were really hard. I don't know how much elevation I did. I'm guessing somewhere around 400 feet, I think, is what it would be, through 18 miles, maybe 500 feet, but I'll give you the real number on the screen. But they were pretty hard in the third and the fourth rep. It was like a 4.5 mile loop. So the third one, when Matt was gone, was pretty trying, especially because there was a strong headwind. And then the last one was definitely hard, but I felt like it wasn't as difficult because I knew the end was in sight. So it also helps when you have prestigious running YouTubers in a car following you, kind of holding you accountable to finishing your workout. All right, that's the end of episode 5. Yeah? This is 5, right?
Yeah.
Jeez. Man, we're 5 weeks in. Let's go. We're near the middle of this thing. That's wild. Okay, catch you next time, Floberg Runs. I love you. Be about it. Bye.